Listening test 4. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions. You will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of test, you will given the 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a call center operator and a caller. First, you have some time to look at question 1 to 5. You will see that there's an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation related to this will be played first.
Evergreen Card Service. Selena speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, I have some doubts regarding my credit card transactions in the last few days.
Okay. Tell me your credit card number, please.
The answer is credit card. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer question 1 to 5.
Evergreen Card Service. Selena speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, I have some doubts regarding my credit card transactions in the last few days.
Okay. Tell me your credit card number, please.
Sure, just a moment.
Okay.
Yes, it's here. The number is 8427
8427
9903
9903
1230
1230
8279.
8279. Alright. Let me check that. 8427 990 3123 08279.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Now tell me your name, please.
Robin Harold. Harold.
Fine. A few more details for identification and security purpose.
That's okay.
What's your postcode?
TP20BD.
TP20BD.
That's it.
Place?
Trump Close, London.
Fine. And the house number?
45.
And can you give me your date of birth?
Sure. It's 23rd August 1993.
One last question, if I may. What is your driving license number?
Yes, it's MT007634G.
Is that J for jam?
No, it's G for God.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at the question 6 to 10. Now listen carefully and answer question 6 to 10.
Yes, that is it. I'm sure you'll appreciate that all these checks are necessary for security reasons. So, what exactly is the problem?
Problem? Is that I see a payment made from my account last month which I cannot recognize.
Okay, what are they?
The payment is seen made on 21st of last month. That's February. Is made to a company named Leasehold. I can't recognize what company it is.
What amount is paid?
The payment is $123.
Okay, just a moment. Let me check on the computer. Yes, 21 Feb. Yes, it's here. The payment seems genuine.
But I don't recognize the company. I feel there was a mistake.
Let me check it again. It seems the payment is made on evening at 5:45. Can you recall anything?
I don't think I made any payment that evening.
The company name is Leaford Furniture. It is located on North Avenue.
North Avenue? Furniture? Oh, I got it. I bought a cupboard on 20th of that month, but the payment might have been made the next day.
Well, so that is it. Any other queries about the account?
No, that's all clear now. Thanks. Bye.
This is the end of section 1. Now you have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 2. Section 2. You will now hear Jane Darren, a student union president, talking to the new year students at a college. First, you have some time to look at question 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer question 11 to 15.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this meeting of the newcomers. My name is Jane Darren. I'm the president of the student union this year. I'm here to talk to you about the various services offered by the union to the new students. An important service we offer is related to your financial transactions. For example, if a student is not sure how much fees he or she has to pay ahead, we can help you to get an overall idea of the total expenditure involved in the coming semesters. Similarly, if a student feels that the grant available is not sufficient to manage the expenditure, we can help them find an additional source of income, like a part time job. Similarly, we can help students with a number of study related issues as well. For example, if you are not sure when is the last day to submit your assignment, the easiest way is to contact us. Similarly, if you have difficulty using library resources, our members will be more than happy to assist you. In fact, we are really concerned about the welfare of international students because they are more likely to face problems in the early days of campus life. The first problem they face, obviously, is language barrier. Especially students from Asia have a rough time understanding their lectures. In this case, they can contact us and we will put you in touch with a student who's capable of helping you understand the lessons, or sometimes you will have a private lesson from the same professor. Similarly, we can help you find suitable language classes where they will help you have a better understanding of English. Finally, there are those who want to join some clubs and activities but are unable to find a suitable one. We can help you join various activities and groups like outings, music, film, debating, and so on.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 16 to 20.
Now, let me give some details of the people whom you can consider as the primary point of contact for various issues. First, our office is located on the first floor, opposite to physics lab. We are open from Monday to Friday, and the timing is 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. But we close a little early, that is 30 minutes on Thursday. If you wish to make an appointment, you can visit the office in person or you can ring the office at 9299 When you visit our office, you usually meet Janet Porter, that is Potter. She is the student welfare officer. In case of joining any activity or club, you may talk to Serena William as well. She is the student activity coordinator of the union. She is usually present at the office from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Well, there is one more thing. You're advised to ring and get an appointment because if you call at the office in person without an appointment, the appointment will depend on how busy we are at that time. If we are too busy, you may have to go on the waiting list. I hope that is all clear.
That is the end of section 2. You now have a half a minute to check your answer. Now turn to section 3. Section 3. You will hear a tutor talking to his students about the assignment of the week. First, you have some time to look at question 21 to 25. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
As I said last week, you are supposed to finish an essay by the end of this week. Make sure that you follow all the guidelines because this assignment costs 25% of your total mark.
Are there any restrictions regarding the topics? Like any topics which are not allowed or any topics which are preferred?
No, you're allowed to select any topic under the sun as far as you are able to explain it in such a way that a person without specialized knowledge in that subject is able to understand it. Well, there is an important thing. Please avoid topics like gun control or drug abuse These topics have become too boring to read. Any other topic is welcome.
And where should we start looking for information?
There are many places. The first place to start your search is Google. Using the keyword of your topic, conduct a search on Google and read about your topic. After collecting some information on the topic, you can start your search for relevant material in the college library and online libraries as well.
Do you think Google search gives reliable information?
Well, that's difficult to say. It's your responsibility to check for the authenticity of the information you collect. As a general rule, using Wikipedia as a source of information is a strict no, and never collect information from online essay writing services.
How can we know if the information we collect is latest or not?
That's rather difficult, but not impossible. When you collect information from an online magazine or book, look for the date of publication. Generally, any material published before 2006 is considered outdated and not accepted.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at the questions 26 to 30. Now listen carefully and answer questions 26 to 30.
Can I directly quote from the sources I use?
Yes, you are allowed to quote from the sources you use, though you are encouraged to paraphrase the information instead of using it directly. Anyway, the quoted content should not be more than 3% of the total work. Another very important point is what you borrow from these different sources should be acknowledged using the right citation methods. Otherwise, it will amount to plagiarism.
Does it amount to plagiarism?
Obviously, that is plagiarism. It amounts to stealing someone else's intellectual property. You can use them, but only according to the rules of citation and referencing.
In fact, I'm not familiar with the referencing system. I read in the instruction that we are allowed to use both APA and MLA referencing styles. I'm a bit worried.
Referencing is not a big deal. Referencing is a system of acknowledging the source material you used. APA stands for American Psychological Association and MLA stands for Modern Language Association. To understand the way these systems work, you can visit the college library website. You will find both explanation and examples there. Also, you can even download some sample papers.
I'm not so sure about the way the assignment is to be submitted.
It's not that easy either. Firstly, you should submit your paper for plagiarism detection online. You can do it from the college library website. After plagiarism check, you will be given a certificate. Then you can submit a print copy of your work along with this certificate at my desk before 24 June. Any submission thereafter will not be accepted under any circumstances.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 4. Section 4. You will hear a lecture on handedness in humans. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to see why most humans are right handed and a few are left handed. Do you know that humans are virtually the only animals showing this right hand preference? The mere fact is that not even apes, our closest relatives, possess this asymmetry. According to scientists, nearly 8% of all the humans on Earth are left handed. Now let us see if there is a link between handedness and genetics. Though it is generally seen that left handedness runs in families, it is interesting to note that left handers do not always produce left handed offspring, and nor do right handers. In researchers, it has become clear that when both the parents are right handed, the possibility of having left handed children is just 6%. However, when both the parents are left handed, the possibility of having left handed children rises to 43%. That means when one parent is right handed and one is left, the possibility of having left handed children is 13 to 19%. Dr. Susan Brinkman made some astonishing findings regarding the role of brain. She observed that patients who lost their speech as a result of stroke often had paralysis on the right side of their body. She claimed that as the left hemisphere of the brain controls the right side of the body, the stroke must have damaged the right hemisphere of the brain. She also pointed out that if this is the case, the language center in the human body is also located in the left hemisphere. At present, scientists believe that 70% of the world population have left hemisphere language and the remaining have right hemisphere language. In the opinion of Professor Antony from the University of Wales, the evolution of right handedness is associated with the evolution of speech. According to him, when the brain developed, one side of the brain started focusing on the management of movements. This part also controls speech, as movement regulation is very necessary to produce speech. As we know, in most humans, the left hemisphere is dominant, though in left handers, the right hemisphere retains some capacity. Therefore, the likelihood of having a bilateral speech function is higher in left handers than in right handers. Famous scientist Edward Sutton conducted his studies in monkeys and came up with some interesting findings. He claims to have noticed an asymmetry in the brain of monkeys which is similar to humans. However, monkeys do not show a definite right hand preference. Monkeys learn a hand preference in the first year of their life, but it could be one hand or the other. However, the problem here is that If this is the case, that is, if there is no functional difference between both the hemispheres in monkeys, both the hemispheres in the monkey brain should look anatomically identical. But as Sutton noticed, there is a trend in monkeys towards brain asymmetry.
This is the end of section 4. You now have a half a minute to check your answers.